Yesterday, we got another example, I think, of her on her own podcast complaining about how she can't afford an $8,000 a month rent payment.
$96,000 a year just for rent. That's the reality for Angel Reese, who recently complained about her WNBA salary not covering her expenses. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to win hearts with her community engagement and humble approach to fame. We'll dive deep into the stark contrast between these two basketball stars. In this video, we'll explore how Reese's attempts to play the victim have exposed her privilege, and why Clark's approach has made her a fan favorite. Prepare to be shocked by the numbers and inspired by true sportsmanship. Before we break it down, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
He might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is my... I don't even know my salary. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Angel Reese's rise to basketball infamy has been nothing short of meteoric and, well, catastrophic. From running around doing the "you can't see me" wave in college to her obvious stat padding, Reese has captured the attention of fans and critics alike. But it's not just her on-court antics that's making headlines. A recent tweet from Reese claiming she's "never in my life had privilege" sent shockwaves through social media, igniting a firestorm of controversy. The backlash was swift and severe. Fans and commentators were quick to point out the glaring disconnect between Reese's statement and her current lifestyle. As a professional athlete with lucrative endorsement deals and high-profile appearances, Reese's claim of never experiencing privilege struck many as tone-deaf and out of touch with reality.
Can you think of all the things you could buy in a year if you just had $100,000 lying around? This is proof that some of these people just aren't meant for prime time. They're so detached from reality. We got families working hard to make ends meet, and she's complaining.
Reese's social media presence has become a double-edged sword. While it's undoubtedly boosted her visibility and infamy, it's also exposed her to intense scrutiny. Her Instagram posts, showcasing designer clothes and exotic vacations, stand in stark contrast to her assertions of lacking privilege. This disconnect has only fueled the fire of public criticism. The numbers tell a compelling story. While Reese's WNBA rookie salary may be lower than some of her peers, it's still significantly higher than the average American income. Factor in Reese's endorsement deals and sponsorships, and the financial picture becomes even more skewed. But it's not just about the money. Reese's status as a professional athlete affords her opportunities and experiences that are far beyond the reach of most people. From media attention to VIP treatment at events, the perks of her position are undeniable. This reality makes her claim of never having experienced privilege all the more perplexing to many observers.
Unlikable. I'm just sorry. She's just out of college. She's 22, 23. She can barely hit layups. She's getting paid $74,000 for the WNBA. She's got, I'm sure, endorsement deals into the seven figures. So that's why she's laughing about this. And like, she's bragging how much money she makes, and she doesn't need her WNBA salary. And I live in an $8,000 a month apartment, blah, blah, blah.
The backlash against Reese's tweet was relentless. Social media users flooded her mentions with examples of her privileged lifestyle, pointing out the stark contrast between her experiences and those of the average person. Many accused her of being out of touch, lacking self-awareness, and trivializing the struggles of those truly living without privilege. Critics argued that Reese's statement was not only inaccurate, but potentially harmful. By denying her own privilege, they contended, she was minimizing the very real challenges faced by those who lack the opportunities and advantages she enjoys. This perceived lack of empathy only served to further alienate fans and intensify the criticism. The controversy surrounding Reese's privilege tweet has cast a shadow over her public image. What was likely intended as a relatable statement instead came across as a fundamental misunderstanding of her own position in society. It's a misstep that has left many wondering about Reese's ability to navigate the complexities of fame and public perception. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action.
Yesterday, we got another example, I think, of her on her own podcast complaining about how she can't afford an $8,000 a month rent payment. It's the epitome of first world problems. It's epitome of first world stupidity.
While Reese struggled with public perception, her financial choices were about to take center stage. An epic rant about her salary revealing her monthly expenses would spark outrage and disbelief. Just how lavish is the lifestyle of this self-proclaimed star? In a surprising turn of events, Angel Reese took to Instagram Live to air her grievances about her WNBA salary. The basketball world was stunned when she revealed that her $73,000 rookie paycheck wasn't enough to cover her bills. But it wasn't just any bills she was talking about. Reese, wait for it, disclosed her monthly rent, a staggering $8,000 a month.
She's mocking working class people.
This revelation sent shockwaves through social media. Fans and critics alike were left wondering how a rookie player could justify such extravagant living expenses. To put this into perspective, Reese's annual rent alone would total $96,000, far exceeding her WNBA salary. The disconnect between her income and her lifestyle choices became glaringly apparent. Reese's comments painted a stark contrast with the financial realities faced by most Americans. While she complained about her six-figure salary not covering her bills, the median household income in the United States hovers around $70,000 to $80,000 per year. Many hardworking families manage to make ends meet on far less than what Reese spends on rent alone.
But here's what I do know. No matter how much money you make or don't make, what you have, what you don't have, you probably shouldn't run to the internet to complain about how you have again, I can't believe this is real, nearly $100,000 a year rent bill.
The economics of the WNBA came under scrutiny following Reese's statements. While player salaries have seen increases in recent years, they still pale in comparison to their male counterparts in the NBA. The league's salary cap and revenue-sharing model limit the earning potential of even the most talented players. However, many argued that Reese's situation was less about league economics and more about personal financial management. As news of Reese's rent revelation spread, the public reaction was swift and unforgiving. Social media platforms erupted with criticism, with many accusing the young star of being out of touch with reality. Comments ranged from incredulous, "Live somewhere cheaper," to outright condemnation of her perceived entitlement. The backlash was further fueled by Reese's own admission, "I'm living beyond my means."
I'm living beyond my means. Like y'all think, babe, if y'all thought...
Sports columnists and commentators didn't hold back in their assessment of the situation. Jason Whitlock, known for his sharp critiques, didn't mince words when he called Reese's complaints the epitome of first world problems. It's the epitome of first world stupidity. The sentiment was echoed across various sports media outlets, with many questioning Reese's judgment and maturity. The controversy surrounding Reese's financial choices added another layer to her already complex public image. What began as a complaint about salary quickly morphed into a broader discussion about privilege and responsibility. For many, Reese's comments reinforced the perception of her as out of touch with the realities faced by everyday fans. Just when it seemed Reese couldn't court more controversy, she uttered 5 words that would redefine her career. "I'll be the league villain."
I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates.
It was a bold move that promised to shake up women's basketball. But as the spotlight intensified, would Reese's gambit pay off, or would it backfire spectacularly? The origins of Reese's villain persona can be traced back to her on-court antics and off-court statements. Her aggressive playing style, coupled with her unapologetic attitude, quickly set her apart from her peers. Reese's infamous "you can't see me" gesture during the college tournament against Caitlin Clark sparked intense debate and criticism. Yet, instead of backing down, Reese doubled down on her actions, embracing the negative attention and fueling the flames of controversy. On the court, Reese's behavior often towed the line between competitive spirit and unsportsmanlike conduct. Her trash-talking, celebratory gestures, and confrontational attitude towards opponents drew condemnation. Remember her celebrating when her teammate body-checked Caitlin Clark?
Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
Off the court, Reese's social media presence and public statements only amplified her polarizing image. She frequently engaged in Twitter spats with critics and made bold proclamations about her skills and status in the game. It doesn't help when even the league commissioner is propping up the need for rivalries. And Reese? She's happy to play her role. Reese's approach isn't without precedent in the world of sports. Other athletes have successfully embraced the villain role to boost their careers and increase interest in their sports. In the NBA, players like Dennis Rodman and Draymond Green have used their controversial personas to great effect. In tennis, John McEnroe's fiery temper and on-court outbursts made him one of the most watched players of his era. These athletes proved that being the bad guy could lead to increased visibility and marketability. The big difference, though, these athletes actually had skill. Tell me Reese has skill when she only shoots 40% from shots 5 feet or nearer the rim. We can make a whole blooper reel of all her missed shots. In a surprising turn of events, Reese herself admitted that the villain narrative had backfired. In her own words, "For the past 2 years, the media has benefited from my pain and me being villainized to create a narrative." This candid admission revealed the toll that her chosen persona had taken on her public image, an image she herself created.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
As the dust settled on Reese's controversial reign, all eyes turned to a rising star who seemed to defy the odds. Caitlin Clark's journey from college sensation to WNBA powerhouse was anything but ordinary. But what set her apart, and why were fans calling her the antidote to basketball's Angel Reese problem? Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise in women's basketball has been nothing short of remarkable. From her record-breaking college career at Iowa to her highly anticipated WNBA freshman season, Clark has captivated audiences with her exceptional skills and humble demeanor. Selected first overall in the 2024 WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever, Clark entered the league with sky-high expectations, and she's delivered in spades.
We knew what we had in Caitlin back in Iowa City, and we knew the attention that she was bringing around the Big Ten and collegiate basketball. But I didn't know how that was going to transcend into the WNBA, and obviously we can see that it's done pretty darn well, and people are excited to see her play at every level. You've worked for it, you deserve it, it's an incredible honor, and we are so proud of you always. Go Hawks.
On the court, Clark's impact was immediate and undeniable. She shattered 62 records, showcasing her elite impact on the game. Her impressive performances earned her a spot on the All-WNBA first team, the first rookie to do so in 16 years. Clark's ability to elevate her team's play and make those around her better has drawn comparisons to some of the game's greatest players. But it's not just Clark's on-court prowess that has endeared her to fans and media alike. Her approach to fame and success stands in stark contrast to the controversial image cultivated by some of her peers. Clark's off-court activities have focused on community engagement and charitable contributions, solidifying her status as a role model in women's sports.
I've been doing this since I've been in middle school. When I lived back in Des Moines, I always served at the local food pantry, homeless shelter, and I just think it's a good way to give back. I don't think people realize food insecurity is such a big problem in our world.
She's often seen spending time with young fans, signing autographs, and participating in youth basketball clinics. Clark's professionalism and dedication to uplifting her teammates have not gone unnoticed. Coaches and players around the league praise her work ethic and team-first mentality. In post-game interviews, Clark consistently deflects personal accolades to credit her teammates and coaches, embodying the spirit of sportsmanship that many feel has been lacking in recent years. The public's reaction to Clark's approach has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media platforms are flooded with fan testimonials, sharing stories of Clark's kindness and accessibility. Parents laud her as a positive influence on their children, while basketball purists appreciate her focus on the fundamentals of the game. This groundswell of support has translated into tangible benefits for Clark and the WNBA as a whole. Clark's marketability has skyrocketed, positioning her as one of the top earners in the WNBA through endorsements and sponsorships. Her jersey sales have broken records, and attendance at Indiana Fever games has seen a significant boost. More importantly, Clark's popularity has brought new eyes to women's basketball, attracting casual fans and potentially expanding the WNBA's audience for years to come. The contrast between Clark's public persona and that of players like Angel Reese couldn't be more pronounced. While Reese's villain narrative has led to controversy and backlash, Clark's positive approach has opened doors and created opportunities. Sponsors are lining up to associate with Clark's brand of basketball excellence and off-court grace, recognizing the long-term value of her wholesome image.
Honestly, it makes me smile in return. For me, I'm just myself. That's what I try to be. I try to just be a great role model for them.
The contrasting approaches of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have laid bare the profound impact of an athlete's public persona on their success. Reese's embrace of the villain role backfired, while Clark's positive attitude and community engagement have propelled her to new heights. As women's basketball continues to grow, the actions of its stars will shape its future. The WNBA stands at a crossroads. Will it be defined by controversy and division, or by excellence in sportsmanship? Will it be defined by rivalry or excellent play? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.